From its majestic mountain vistas and sprawling farmlands to its glittering seaside waters, Honduras is the fourth poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. 66% of its people live below the poverty line, and 70% of those are women and children. Life is hard and heartless. Many believe the unemployment rate is much higher than the reported 28%. More than 1.2 million Hondurans out of work and with no social safety net. Education is only a dream for most. Yet, out of the depths of despair, there is hope.
Bueno, mi vida ha mejorado en Mi Esperanza en muchos aspectos porque
Reina came to the Mi Esperanza sewing school 13 years ago with 5 children and no hope of a real future. What little money she had was spent on caring for her ailing mother. Reina first learned pattern making and sewing. She then applied her newfound skills to earn a living for her family. She became a confident young woman, able to plan her life and put her children through school and eventually university.
y bueno, y desde ahí estoy aquí en Mi
Reina
Esperanza.
tells us how she was able to help her son, who now has his own business, and her daughters, who were able to finish school and graduate university.
Those are big achievement for me and my family, thanks to Mi Esperanza and because of the job I have here.
She now manages the sewing school and can extend the chain of hope that Mi Esperanza offers to the students she teaches. She tells us of one student who came to thank her, saying,
She's making purses from recycled material that has a customer in the market who buys her purses. She also has started a business doing alterations for her community.
Porque Mi Esperanza para mí significa muchas cosas que si lo tendría que estar explicando aquí no terminaría.
Mi Esperanza means to me many things, and if I have to say all of them, I would never finish. Wow. Reina's words are so fitting. When I found myself on a mission trip in Honduras in 1998, my heart was open to an amazing people of resilience and intellect and determination who were barely surviving. I think when I saw these little kids walking along and I saw the conditions they live in, and I connected it back to the fact that their mothers didn't have a choice, that their mothers had to go and try and find work. That somewhere in those moments, that's when this passion just ignited in my heart. And I knew that I wanted to help them.
Can't do it quite as fast as you, Dilcia. So when mothers can't take care of their children, generational poverty sinks in. It takes hold of a family and it doesn't let go unless something steps in to break that cycle. And our goal simply was, okay, how can we affect change for the long term for women in poverty? We realized early on that what was going to make the difference was to give them financial opportunity and to also give them educational opportunities. And so that's really the core of who Mi Esperanza is. We are an organization that walks alongside women and gives them opportunity to change their own life circumstances.
Dilcia has been studying in the beauty school for 5 months and has told her teacher that she wants to teach at Mi Esperanza someday too. She speaks with confidence that she will have her own beauty shop one day, operated out of her home so she can be with her children. Because of Mi Esperanza, she has hope and belief that she can prosper. She says,
Yo pienso que mis hijos mejorarían también estudiando aquí en Mi Esperanza.
Without Mi Esperanza, I would be cleaning houses, cooking, working in some restaurant for many hours a day and never see my children.
She tells us,
Mi Esperanza means a lot of good for me. It will be a better future because I have an income.
And so we offer skill training in 4 areas. We have sewing, computer technology, cosmetology, and jewelry making. And women come to us for free education. We raise the money to provide everything needed to educate these women, and then when they're finished in our program, they start a business of their own in their barrio, or they go to work for somebody in the city. But what happens is a sustainable income enters the family, and that changes everything. A stable home, a stable place to live, consistent food and nutrition, consistent health care for your children, changes everything.
Para mí,
Dilcia Rodriguez thought she wasn't worth it, that personal achievement was not for her as a woman. She had no skills to offer an employer. When she first came to Mi Esperanza, her goal was to
provide for my children, give them a good education, and be independent in life.
Her life with 5 children and a husband who isn't around much was very difficult. She lived on a barrio hillside in a 2-room structure that was built of tin and plastic and had a dirt floor, typical of the area. Through Mi Esperanza and their affiliates, Dilcia's house was transformed. It now has a sturdy wood frame on a cement slab with a roof that won't blow away and some access to electricity. This upgrade to her home, plus the job she has at Mi Esperanza, changed her life and that of her children.
bueno, cuando yo trabajo me siento...
I can do everything they told me to do because I always tell myself I can do that.
Dilcia is a coloration specialist in the sewing maquila. She's in charge of dyeing fabric and tassels, as well as cutting the fabric for bags and other items made to order for U.S. companies or sold in the Mi Esperanza shop.
Dilcia Rodriguez, she came to us a broken woman, but she had a spirit of determination to make her life better. Her resiliency has been remarkable. She didn't just become an independent woman, she became a better person. From feelings of not worth it to the realized woman that she sees now. And she's a woman who feels empowered to achieve whatever she strives for. And that's what Mi Esperanza is all about.
When the women in the jewelry studio learn that yes, they can, they realize that they can take that attitude into their lives completely. And yes, they can rise up out of poverty. Yes, they can help their children. Yes, they can feed them. And yes, they can stand proud because they have skills. They always had the ability to do these things, but nobody ever told them they could. And I know that women's lives are better because Mi Esperanza exists. And every single thing that we do at Mi Esperanza is motivated by a deep heart's desire to elevate women. Because when we elevate women, we can change the world.
Mi Esperanza, mi primer micropréstamo.
Thanks to microloans from Mi Esperanza, Paula has 2 beauty salons of her own and hopes to have a chain of salons in the future. She opened her first salon the day after she graduated from Mi Esperanza Beauty School. She has supported her mother and her 2 brothers since that day. 2 years later, she also began teaching cosmetology at Mi Esperanza and shares how she matured once she was trusted with the responsibility of teaching students.
Entonces, cuando yo empecé a trabajar en Mi Esperanza, vieron que yo me enfoqué.
I got focused because someone gave me responsibility. I changed my vocabulary, changed my behavior, my way of dress, and my way of acting, and the way I saw people.
Humbled by that trust and responsibility, she focuses on being the best example for her students and encourages them to be proud of their achievements.
Many of them, they cannot even look at me in the eye at first. But when they graduate, they stand tall and they respect themselves and believe they can improve their lives.
Paola's story speaks to the essence of Mi Esperanza. We graduate 100 to 120 women a year with their expenses paid. When people hear the stories of these women and shed tears with them and witness their determination and commitment to changing their future and their children's future, it's easy to respond emotionally. We need people to reach into their pockets and to dig deep, because we want this organization that we founded in 2002 to outlive us, its founders.
Mi Esperanza's continued growth depends on the generosity of friends who value their work in Honduras, elevating women and their families out of poverty and into prosperity, giving them hope and opportunity for a productive and accomplished life. Please consider a donation today.